So it's on to day 2, and today I'm going to be getting rid of the excess ballast from yesterday first. Then I'm going to sort out my fields, get my scatter material on the field areas, and then I can lay my track, and then I can start building on top of that and starting to really bring the layout to life. So first things first, I'm going to get off the excess ballast, and then I'm going to start with the scenic. So here we go, day 2 is go. And there we are. Doesn't look too bad. There's some patchy bits and areas like that, but which you could touch up if you wanted, I'm sure. But for me, I'm just going to carry on as is with that as it is. So yeah, ballast there, limestone ballast on the road there. I think maybe I probably could have done another coat of paint on the road to make that a bit more sort of set in, but I'm okay with that for the first try. So I'm going to move on to the fields now, field 1, 2, and then little bits here. What we're going to be using for those is the scatter materials. So I've got a light green and a dark green. I've also got spring meadow, which I'm not entirely sure I'm going to use that, but I've got that there just in case. I've also got some flockage, which I wasn't entirely sure what flockage was, but I assume it's just to kind of build extra depth and looks on the grass. So I've got some of that. I've got medium and dark green, and then I've also got later on lichen autumn mix there, and all my trees and things like that. So for now, I'm going to go with my light green and dark green. So I'll put them to the side for now. I've got my PVA glue and water. But what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to pop in some sort of brown Humbrol paint into that one. Sieve that you might have in your house. Obviously make sure it's clean after you used it, or get a secondary one, and then all you're going to do is pour our scenic on just like that. Left the grass to dry. You can see, I think there's some little blobs where it maybe hasn't dried, and I can't work out if there's too much scenic scatter material or too much glue. Let me know if you have an idea of why that might be. Generally, I think it looks okay. The only thing is, I think where I've used paint here, I may have used the wrong type of paint, and it's stayed quite sticky, and then the scatter material has actually got on the paint and dried to it, which is a bit of a shame, but hey, maybe someone's just cut the grass and the wind's blown it across the road. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to lay down the track over the ballast, and then I am going to tack that in with some pins. Like so, little pins. We do have Hornby track pins, but I'm just using kind of what I could find around the house for that. So yeah, let's lay down the track and let's tack that in using a small hammer as well. Okay, there we are. Track is laid down. I've tapped my pins in all the way across, made sure they're not going to stick out so and hit the loco if we did power it. Next, I think I'm going to do the station. And the station is part of the accessories pack, the Hornby accessories pack. There you go, number 1 there. And it's a station with a station platform, and that includes various different parts. As we've seen before, we've got our main platform, which you can pop in there now. Our main building there as well. But it also includes extra little bits to go on and around the building. Some the trolley there as well, fencing for the back, got a signal as well. It's there. And we've also got some decal stickers there to go on the outside of the building. We've also got our level crossing, which we're going to put together as well, which we've got instructions for there, so that'll do. So we're going to get started on that. Yeah, I'll give you a closer look as I do that. Okay, so we're going to do our level crossing now. We've got our bits and pieces. Level crossing comes in extension pack D. See, so you can have different versions. That makes more sense. So this type is the opening gate type, and then this is the lifting boom type, which we put in. And they're relatively simple. I think personally, I'm not sure why, I think I prefer these ones. So I think for this one, I'm going to put the original opening gate type back on. But you can see how easy you can just change it. Just pop that off. Pop that off. And then back on. On there. Back on there. And one more. There you go. Perfect. So I can put them to the side. Keep them there. And if I ever want to change that, I can just change it like that. Brilliant. So obviously I've got my level crossing done now. I still have to put together the waiting room and on the station. But first, I think I'm just gonna pop a few little bits on to get an idea of where I might want things. I've got some, I've got a telephone kiosk here. I've got obviously my station, which we know where that's. Good new. Little Hornby 00. There. Like that. That's very good. do tomorrow is I will make my waiting room, so I'll put the stickers on the decals, and I'll add little features there, and I'll start sticking all this down with an adhesive, and then also do the liching and the trees there. This gives me a nice little guide of where I'm gonna put them, because I'll probably put some of the liching, you know, around in little bunches, maybe around there on the edge here to kind of fill these bits out. Maybe put some around there. Pop some trees along the back to get a nice backdrop. Maybe along there as well. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so that's the end of day 2. Obviously today I've laid down my my track, pinned that down. I've done my scenic, my green, which obviously things went a little bit wrong on the road, but you know, maybe you can give me some advice on why that may have gone wrong, what I can do to maybe not make that happen again. Generally, I think it's looking, you know, not too bad, not as bad as I thought it would look by this stage. I've put out my country walls and my Hornby 00 VW van and my telephone kiosk, and also my waiting room ready to be sticking up, deckled up, and then adding on obviously the people and all the various different things, the trees and the liching tomorrow. Yeah, so a little bit of patience with waiting for things to dry. It probably could have been even longer. I could have left things to dry. Maybe that's where I've gone wrong a little bit, but overall, generally happy. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I think what I've noticed is once sort of the main kind of scenic is done, when you start just adding the little bits, the little, you know, Hornby 00 VW van, the waiting room, the station, and all those sort of elements, it really starts to kind of quickly come together. So yeah, excited for day 3. So yeah, on to day 3.